Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Houston, Texas. The fourth largest city in the country is the home of tonight's Lone Star Bowl matchup between Alabama and Sam Houston State University. We welcome you in here to Bearcat Stadium. I'm Tim Wilkes, and I'm joined by my partner, Thomas Wheels Grant. Thomas, we've got a good one on our hands for today, here live from SaberCat Stadium.
Yeah, thanks, Tim. Really excited for this matchup. Alabama up against Sam Houston State. We just saw a classic in the D1 AA final, and I'm sure this Lone Star Bowl will provide no different of entertainment as both teams take the field. Super excited.
Sam Houston State there in the orange, Alabama in the red. Alabama out of the Southeastern Collegiate Rugby Conference. Wheels take us through their season.
Yeah, for Alabama, their 6-game season, a 2-4 record. Let's see there, an impressive win over Boston College, 51 points to 14. They certainly have some dangerous weapons across their back line.
And on the other side of the pitch, we've got the boys from the Lone Star Rugby Conference, Sam Houston State University, the Bearcats. Just 7-2 on there, but really one loss in conference play this year as they blaze in through the Lone Star Conference.
Yes, 7-2, as you said, for Sam Houston State. That tough loss there, 15 points to 21, but 28 plays 8 over Southern Nazarene and 26-14 over Florida State. Shapes them up well for this Lone Star Bowl today.
Step aside for a moment of silence here from SaberCat Stadium.
We ask that you please stand and join us in a moment of silence for the untimely passing of Sam Houston State alumni and Houston firefighter Braden Watts. Braden was a 2018 Sam Houston State graduate and continued on to serve in the community as a Houston firefighter at Fire Station 52D. He was laid to rest December 8th. Always with a smile, forever in our hearts, with us in spirit. Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you, Brady.
So it's with heavy hearts here for the Sam Houston State Bearcats as they take the pitch here. Defending champions of the 2022 Lone Star Bowl. The Bearcats with a 66-24 victory last year over Southern Nazarene. Saw the Southern Nazarene earlier in the day, but right here we are just about all set. University of Alabama again, coming into the year just 2-4, but they've been ranked in the NCR top 20 rankings throughout the year. It's just a very difficult conference. They're coming out of the Southeastern Collegiate Rugby Conference. Kentucky, Clemson, South Carolina, and Tennessee, all extremely tough foes sitting on top right now. Again, folks, we've got incredible day of rugby. We already saw Kentucky with one championship in the books. Coming up later here at 6 p.m. it is Notre Dame College taking on St. Bonaventure University. Right now here live from SaberCat Stadium, Tim Wilkes and Thomas Grant just about ready to get you started. Thomas, a couple of teams from opposite ends of the country here ready to do battle.
Yeah, I really like the pre-match traditions here from both teams. I can't say I've seen anything like this from Sam Houston State. An incredible fizz. They are pumped up and ready for this one.
Take me back about 20 years ago. I had to face these boys when I was playing up there in East Texas. Sam Houston, a perennial powerhouse here out of Texas. 2022, they won the Sevens NCR National Championship. They are ready for more this year. Got to talk with their coach earlier in the week, Roman Serrano. He's been with the club for the last 5 years and watched this team continue to rise. They went out and scheduled some tougher opponents throughout the year, as they had Florida State come down to New Orleans, came away with that victory, and also went up and played Southern Nazarene, and had a 28-8 victory over them for the second time around. We are just about ready to get underway. Ball's in the air, and we are started here in the Lone Star Bowl, taking out the back here from Alabama. It's Henry Shepard getting things going for the boys from Tuscaloosa. Back behind the 22 they go. Hit for possession here, tried to switch the pitch, but it's booted right back at him by Sam Houston. Over the top of the defense they go. It's corralled there in the back by Fernandez. They'll send it with the left boot out into touch. Nice little clearance kick. Just about to the 10-meter line. And we have our first line out of the match here for Sam Houston.
Yeah, good clearance kick, as you mentioned there, Tim, from Senin Fernandez. Both teams just happy to play a little bit of kick tennis early on and try and get that possession, but a good opportunity to see a set piece here of Sam Houston.
Get this one out of there, and they'll swing it out to the backs to start play. Nice charging run right up the gut. There goes Landon Bolin. Cats will look to swing it out to the right-hand side of the pitch now. They've got numbers out there. Good use of hands as they progress through the gang line just outside of the 22-meter. Go, keeps things moving. Not rolling away, the call. And a quick tap and go sends the Bearcats over the 22-meter line, right outside the try line, and they are in for the first try of the match. Sam Houston State behind their captain, Jackson Stockley. Get it down, 5-0 Bearcats.
Well, that is some start from Sam Houston. They moved the ball to width straight off the line out and found some real parity there on the outside edge, and this vision from Stockley just to take the quick tap. Look at the determination on him. There's only one way he was going, and that was straight over the chalk. Fantastic try there to open things up, and in short succession, not too much time gone left in this game, and Sam Houston off with the race.
We're good. Saw the same thing from Stokely last year. A couple of tries in the Lone Star Bowl. And Round Rock High School Rock Rugby Academy native gets on the board first here for the Bearcats. With conversion coming. Off the mark, no good there from Devin Smith. So 5-0 we stand here, a few minutes gone by in the first half of this Lone Star Bowl. And right away we see that straight line running power rugby from Sam Houston.
Yeah, it's great to see they've made their intentions pretty clear early on in this game. Love to see a nice deep hanging restart here from Alabama just to test that backfield of Sam Houston.
It's the third iteration of the Lone Star Bowl here in Houston, Texas. First one was back in 2021. It was Central Florida with the big time comeback victory to claim the first Lone Star Bowl, and then of course Sam Houston again last year, the defending champs, looking to bring the title back to Huntsville, just up the road, about 30 miles away. We'll have our first scrum of the match here, a few minutes gone by.
Just unfortunate there off the restart, didn't quite have enough juice to get past the 10 meters, so we saw what they can do off the line out. Sam Houston striking from a midfield scrum here. This is licking their lips, no doubt.
Ryan's able to take this one out the back for Sam Houston. There's the attacking kick up over the top. They were behind the midfield stripe. This one flirts with the line and eventually crosses. I believe we have a 50-22. Yes, and a line out for Sam Houston. What an incredible kick to give him great field position.
That is a wonderful kick. I'm sure we're going to get visuals of that on the Next Level Rugby replay. To get the 50-22 in a dream position to go back to back.
Get it in here to Rouch. Rouch. Brings it in. We'll bring this one back. It looks like we did have some sort of knock on there. So a turnover ball, scrum down to Alabama.
Yes, I think we had the accidental offside called there. It was just a poor transfer in the line out from Sam Houston and went into their own man. So Alabama get the scrum here.
Everyone up.
Good
Ring too early. Stay back on
to
line.
exit.
5 to mark. Take a half step back, Orange. Yep, gotcha. Keep our gap. Second 10. Got it.
Referee for this one, Patrick Fate out of the Allegheny Rugby Union. Lone Star referees from the Lone Star Referee Society lurking on the sides of the pitch as well. This one just about squirts out the side. Good job keeping it in there by the flanker, and the Crimson Tide look to charge here. 5 meters from their own try line. Advantage being played, definitely offsides there. Referee with the quick whistle. Devin Smith a little bit too aggressive there.
10 up early.
Yeah, well, Sam Houston had to apply pressure. Alabama obviously deep inside their own 5-meter line, but just jumping the gun a wee bit there. So good opportunity here for Alabama to get a nice touch finder downfield.
Next time I'll switch. Yep. Oh, never mind. I got you. Yep.
Off the penalty. Look for touch, able to find it there just outside of the 22-meter line for the Crimson Tide. Again, out of the Southeastern Collegiate Rugby Conference. They were the 2016-2017 champs. Last few years, back in 2017, they were able to create an alumni fund. Have definitely been able to pour in some more money and recruitments into the program. But again, such a difficult conference. We just saw Kentucky out of their conference win the national championship earlier. So they've got the experience, and now they've got to break through. Here comes Chase Travis. Right through the teeth of the Bearcat defense, has the offload, secured possession there from Lawton. Tackle made on the back end. Well done there by Blitz, was able to come up for the Bearcats. Drop this one backwards, says the referee. Eventually driven out into touch, but they were up high when they did so. Alabama with the penalty.
Wonderful stuff off the line out. Just that backdoor ball, and Chase Travis sliced through the gap. And how about the handling here from Cooper Lawton? He had to get it on the second grab. Have a look at this. Manages to keep his composure and just reel it in. Good opportunity here for Alabama to strike back off the line out, Tim.
Keep our gap. Keep our gap.
Down touch, now an opportunity for the Crimson Tide here, down by 5. A little over 7 minutes gone by in the first half. Up in the air goes Catrill. Takes it down. Alabama will start things off. Lost there, backwards. So knocked backwards, knocked forward. Some unfortunate turn of events there for Alabama. Will have a scrum down, back to the Bearcats.
Orange scrum.
Yeah, that's unfortunate there for Mason Palalima. Losing control of the ball there at the base, and we see those ones time and time again go backwards, as we see here on the replay. Yeah, that's a good call by the referee. Drop forward, so
Power thighs from the engine room from Alabama, knocking that one down. And now the Bearcats waiting for this one to pop out of there. Had to give it a little bit of a boot, but eventually it's knocked on, so we'll have another scrum down here back to Sam Houston. Was able to again talk with Coach Ramon Serrano earlier in this Sam Houston State Club. Again, 15 years ago, you might have 1 or 2 high school players here from the state of Texas, but now they're up to 80% of their players with high school rugby experience. So good to see from the Bearcats as this one comes out just knocked forward. Excellent call there from Fate as we get ready to go again. Put him back here for Lane O'Brien, the junior. Swings it back. They'll look for an exit strategy here through Devin Smith, the freshman. Pops this one up, but does not find touch. Crimson Tide take it and look for a counterattack, but the pass is a little bit low. Backwards, says the referee, and we'll play on. Secure possession, but that one looked like it popped out of there. Keep things moving, but a huge tackle by the Bearcats as they come up and slow things down for the Crimson Tide.
Away tackler.
Center of the pitch. Alabama down by 5. And 2-4 on the year, but one of the tougher conferences. They have a couple of big wins over South Carolina and others there, but right now they are traversing that touchline, looking for some space on the far side. Into the hands of Townley, the junior mechanical engineering major. Nice dummy, fly half. Melito takes it into contact. They were able to earn themselves the penalty as the Bearcats were off their feet in the ruck. Option now for the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, that's a good little incision there from Paulie Melito, and I thought they might have opted to take the shot at goal, but they're going to go for touch just to keep that scoreboard pressure ticking over, but they back themselves some set piece, but only if it goes out.
Yeah, they chose the far side of the pitch to go after there. Couldn't quite find it. Now the Bearcats able to push over the 22-meter line. Into the hands of that back row. Jackson Ranch, the freshman, number 8. Makes a couple of meters with his first attempt. There's the kick up over the top by Smith. Finds a little bit of space, but Alabama are ready to go here on the counter. Into the group goes Melito. Just dances around, ends up coming all the way back. Resets things, no obstructions as the referee will play on. Bearcats blow up the ruck there through the counter. Crimson Tide continue to push through, stacking up in those pods, and now they'll swing it to the outside. Chip kick up over the top. Finds some space back there, but not a lot of running coming in there from Alabama. Decent option there from Chase Travis, the club president. His outside center, inside center spot. But it's Sam back in possession. Into contact they go. John Garza, the sophomore. Inside ball. Good work so far to retain possession. Alvarez, the fullback, getting involved in the action. Now they'll come all the way back. O'Brien finds his target back there. Smith grubs this one through. Tricky bounce of the ball. Ends up coming back here, possibly knocked on by Sam Houston. But the original knock on by Alabama. So that kick, the perfect exit strategy for Sam Houston, and it'll be their scrum on the other half of the pitch.
Yeah, they reap the rewards there, Sam Houston. They had to withstand a little bit of pressure there from Alabama. You see the kick downfield. Bit of a wobbly old one to collect on the bounce, and fullback there, Fernandez, had to race away and just couldn't get it cleanly. So this is a really good result for Sam Houston to strike from here.
Up by 5 already. Again, Sam Houston put up 66 points in last year's Lone Star Bowl. One try so far. Now there comes O'Brien. Smith with the chip kick up over the top, little chase, unable to get to it, and again Alabama, they'll take a stab at it. Over the midfield stripe they go. This one's going to go all the way over the 22-meter line. Not going to go all the way out of bounds for the 50-22, but it's scooped up there on the far side, and Sam Houston will look to play ball in hand out of their own 22. Matthew Alvarez, the senior, gets tied up. Got rid of it. Now the Bearcats still inside the 22. Smith will look to go weak with it. Skip pass over to the right-hand side, eventually trickles all the way out into touch. So we've seen the good use of boot to exit from inside their own 22, but this time, a little miscommunication has them on the defensive end inside their own 22.
Yeah, that one just a little bit of risky business there from Sam Houston, and it was again a lovely kick there through by Alabama just to find that open grass in the back left field, and they applied that good line speed pressure to Sam Houston to get the line out here, forcing the mistake.
6. Okay. Just say that. Just say 6. Okay, yeah. Time to match. Full can mean many things.
Fate gets things situated there. One off the pitch there for Alabama. Sub on there. Looks like Fernandez. Time is done there for the Crimson Tide. They take this one off of the line out, and they charge with the maul. 2 meters out now. Looks like they're going to be tied up. Have to retain possession out of here. Got to present that ball quickly. Able to get to it out the back. Penalty advantage also being played. Inches out. They've got to get rid of this now. They're in. He made an extra move on it, though, Thomas, and we'll come back to the penalty.
Yeah, they constructed the move beautifully. A tap and go here, Tim.
Back inside they go through Chase Travis, 5 meters out now for the Crimson Tide. They'll try to go weak. Finds Bressenauer there on the left. They'll continue to try to march out there. Bearcats getting driven back, 1 meter out now. Held up here for the Maul. Bearcats doing the best they can to get their hands on it. It's got to be presented, not coming out of there. It's going to be a turnover, 5 meter scrum back to the Bearcats.
Oh, well done there. Sam Houston just clinging on. Alabama, I thought off the Maul they were in for all money, but Bearcats just managed to cling on at the last second and get the restart away here.
Goal line drop is the final decision there. Alabama's able to secure possession just outside the 22-meter line. And through Barnes now, center of the pitch. Sam Houston looks like they were able to get their hands on it, but illegally so. Not releasing the call there. Turnover back to Bama.
Option now.
Yeah, just losing his footing there. I almost thought they'd got the steal, but he just didn't support his body weight and fell off his feet. So I think this is a really good decision to take the shot at goal here. They've had a couple of goes at trying to get that try, but if you can just get those points on the board, those first points in this Lone Star Bowl for your side, will go a long way as we get to the pointy end of this fixture.
Down by 5. This will bring him back within 2. Kick taken here by Headley Ben Harris out of Leeds, England. Junior lefty looks to slot this one and bring Alabama back within 2. Right between the posts it goes, and Alabama on the board. 5-3 your score here in the Lone Star Bowl. Just about 17 minutes gone by in the first half. And Wheels, good job by Alabama to have the response. Had a couple opportunities, finally able to get some points out of it.
Yeah, absolutely, Tim. I think it's great. They've worked hard after that impressive opening 5 minutes from the Bearcats, and Alabama just holding in there off the back of some really good kicks, getting them in good field position, and the penalty there, that goal's good reward for that hard work. So it's a tight fixture indeed, this one.
It's Jackson Stokely inside center for the Bearcats, first 5 points on the board. That's a strategy there for Alabama as they boot this one back, and a return kick here from the Bearcats. Good pace on it. Devin Smith almost able to get to his. Ends up tapping it back to the Crimson Tide, and now they're able to secure possession through Ben Harris. Over the left-hand side. It's taken down by Drake Torno. Now Alabama. Look deep and kick again. Up over the top of the defense this time. Nice boot to send the Bearcats back, and now they look to counter over the 22. Taken down, there's Alvarez. Bearcats are able to secure possession just inside the 10-meter line. Counter kind of slows things up. O'Brien lost that one backwards. Still more work to be done here for the Bearcats. Knocked it on though, now an opportunity for Alabama. Picked up by somebody in maybe in an offsides position, but we'll just have a scrum down back to the Crimson Tide.
I think just a little bobble there on the ground, so Alabama, after getting the penalty shot not long ago, are in a really good position here to launch. As you see, they're sort of hugging towards the right-hand touchline there, so look for them to spread this out to the left edge, and you've got a number of dangerous weapons out there in the form of Headley Ben Harris. And then out of Leeds, England, plenty of speed.
Alabama squad with 12 guys on the all-star team there for the South, the Bears. Also the Panthers as well. They've got a couple guys in action this weekend back in South Carolina, but this time we've got the free kick there off of the scrum. And it's going to be a quick tap there for Palema. Picked up there by the Bearcats. Duona over the 22, and he will take it all the way in for the try. Dagduona in for the Bearcats. Exhaustion out there as they are able to take this to a 10-3 lead.
Well, completely against the run of play, Dagduona. You can see the heat out there in Houston, the humidity taxing these players. But what an outstanding try there. The man studying finance out of Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. You see on the replay, it was just that little bridge pass. Didn't find his man, and Duona, just Johnny on the spot, had over 50 meters to run, but had a fantastic turn of pace to get all the way to the try zone. And that's an important score there for the Bearcats, extending their lead to 10 points.
Just like that, the boys from Huntsville are able to extend their lead. Just off again, the bounce of the ball so far here in the first half, going towards the Bearcats side.
Awesome.
Devin Smith lining this one up.
30 now.
First kick was off the mark. Sends this one up to the Texas sky. Beautiful background here, not good. Again, Wheels and Tim Wilkes along for the ride here with you in the Lone Star Bowl. Live from Saber Cat Stadium in beautiful Houston, Texas. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Rugby Network. One more look at that big time try.
Look at that, just pure determination to get to the white chalk, and a little dive to go with it as well. Duona in his junior year at a Birdville High School. Very happy with that one.
Big take up out of the sky there for Alabama on the restart. Nicely done, and they'll continue to move things through inside that front three pack. Into contact there goes Griesenauer. Now they'll swing it over the left-hand side, looking for some space there. Nice little run again from Ben Harris. Found some space there on the far side, but eventually driven out into touch. And we're actually going to have a high tackle as he was taken out illegally.
Yeah, good decision there by the referee. That's just your classic seatbelt tackle here we see on the replay. Just got lazy. Did Drake Torno with his forearm there. Just caught around the neck of the Bearcats, Alabama player. So the classic seatbelt gives Alabama a good opportunity to strike back here after that. Duona try.
Been down here previously, just a couple meters out, a couple different phases. Unable to punch it in, just took the three on the last possession. Now they look to go again inside the 22-meter line here for the Crimson Tide. Townley with it. Nice little offload, gets it to Tansey. Nice work there from the front row. Now they'll swing it out to the far side of the pitch, into the hands of the danger man, Ben Harris. He lost it, scooped up, and secured possession there by Barnes. Barnes will take it into contact. Castro will reload. Crosby now, 8 meters out here for Alabama, and they are able to earn themselves the penalty, not rolling away the call. And that's a couple in the last few minutes. Possible card, maybe just a warning here coming.
We're good. Just told you about too many fouls, okay? No rolling away, affecting the clear out, okay? We're off. We're on the line. We're on the line.
Too many penalties in a row there from Patrick Fate.
It would have been an advantage and you won the line out, so it wouldn't have mattered, but I will look for it, sure. Wait for my whistle.
We'll take a second look here, Wheels.
You can just see here on the replay, it was lovely shape there from Alabama.
We need a kick.
They
You can't
tap
throw
and
it before
go.
we need a kick, okay?
We'll try to tap and go
Let's make
quickly,
sure we
Tim,
kick that
but
ball.
we'll bring it back.
Sure, one time.
Able to get things going again. And now Alabama take 2. Catrill 4 meters out now for Alabama.
That's all
Big
scored
time
in the
yellow
rook.
card there.
Orange scrum.
This down again. Knocked on possibly. And a turnover back to Sam Houston. A big break for the Bearcats.
And that's unfortunate there for Alabama. Just a little bit of a bobble there for Alabama on the ground at the base of the ruck. You see there, Mason Palaima drops it back up to the Bearcats.
Now an opportunity for the Bearcats. From the 5-meter line, this one pops out, possibly from the side there. I think we're going to have a conversation here with our referee and line judge. Possibly get this one sorted out.
Legally? You're good, okay.
Try given. Let's take a look here, Wills.
You can see it there in the middle of the scrum, and it just popped out the back for the Bearcats, and ball was deemed to be out. So it's a great call, and Mason Palama gets a much-needed comeback try for Alabama. Great vision there, Tim, from that number 9, just to snap it out the back.
That's plenty still.
Excellent work, just as you said. Again, that ball's got to come from behind the flanker's foot. And that perfect replay there from Next Level Rugby Productions. You can see easily that was a great call by our referee, Patrick Fate. An opportunity now for Alabama to cash in with an extra 2. Slides it just barely inside the post. Alabama right back into it. Take one more look here at the big time scrum.
You see it does, it just pops out the back of the flanker's foot, and Johnny on the spot, they call it. That's an easy try there, and he'll be very happy, the number 9.
Repeated infringements.
Alabama.
Mason Palama, the junior, aerospace engineering major out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Gets Alabama back on the board, conversion good, and we've got a 10-10 game here in the Lone Star Bowl. 14 minutes left to play, about 8 minutes left on that yellow card for the Bearcats. So this one back to the 22-meter line. It's collected by the Crimson Tide. Henry Shepard with the first take. Now they'll get it to the back. Here goes Ben Harris with the left boot. Big time kick. Finds touch all the way through. They're able to play this one quick though. Collected there by Devin Smith. And now he takes the kick back. Great job to send it back towards Alabama's half of the pitch. Ben Harris over the left-hand side. He'll find Melito. Melito with the stab kick through. Again, the Bearcats right there to secure possession. Over their own 10-meter line.
Use it.
Boys from Huntsville will reload. Diego Cortez, again, playing one man down here for the next 7 minutes or so. Just look to retain possession now. They'll go with the kick up over the top. They found a little bit of space back there. Split the back line and good pressure. Alabama's going to be able to pass out of it. And Sullivan finding touch. Not the best of kicks, but a little bit of pressure relieved there, and the Bearcats will have an attacking line out.
Don't yell, Mark. Just get here.
Yeah, you mentioned it there. A little bit of a pressure reliever. So 10 apiece all of a sudden with just over 10 minutes to play. This is getting near that real crucial part of the game. See,
We saw a
man in the
couple.
sin bin there.
We saw a couple of phases worth of kicks back and forth. I'd say the Bearcats probably won those few phases of play, but now Alabama off the back of the line out. They secure possession and look to charge here on the near side of the pitch through Barnes. Barnes gets topped up at his own 10-meter line, and now they'll look to reload. Good defensive effort there. Carter Grom for the Bearcats coming up and making that tackle a good 8 meters behind the gain line. Get in tight, now look to spin it out. Run through the defense goes Melito. Eventually let's get it all the way to the far side of the pitch. Nice footwork over the midfield stripe, go the Crimson Tide. Nicely done, Sean Sullivan with a big game-breaking run there. Sends Alabama with possession here, 5 meters over the midfield stripe. Big collision again there, Diego Cortez. In from the side there come Alabama. Easy call for the referee, but great work recovering possession there in the back of the ruck.
Yeah, that's brilliant work there from the Bearcats. This is Alabama really threatened to break through. I really like the way that the number 10, Paulie Melito, is just taking the line on for Alabama. Giving them some good go-forward ball, but unfortunately they're just unable to hang on to position at the breakdown. So it gives the Bearcats another opportunity here in a similar position from not so long ago.
Make these lineouts a little more clean here. Last one went awry, but they're able to secure possession through Jackson Roch. Roch gets it out, scramble for it now as the Bearcats move in the wrong direction. Scooped up there by Christian. Christian takes it back over. Now they'll try the left-hand side. Nice bit of run here through Alvarez. Again, still playing with 14 are the Bearcats. Just a few minutes left to go on that card. Chip kick up over the top by the scrum half, O'Brien. Picked up there by Townley, and he finds a back, Travis, to get it off too. Now Alabama will look to exit behind their own 22 with the deep kick. Lots of space there on the far side of the pitch. Sam Houston's gonna have to scramble for it. Finally picked up there by Alvarez. Flirting with that white line, but good job by the try scorer. Dawona takes it over here for Sam Houston. They're able to retain possession, and now they look to press forward. Through Bolin. Picked up in the back, scrum half had to reload. Finds his target over there. Tremel Christian, the junior. And they're able to lose this one forward. Unfortunate there for the Bearcats as Alabama look to make something out of nothing here down the near side. Cooper Lawton just takes it into contact to retain possession. Now another big charge. John Tanzi over the midfield stripe at the 10-meter line here for the Crimson Tide. Big tackle. Get a stir from the crowd here at SaberCat Stadium. Possibly driven down. Looked okay from here though, and we play on. Bearcats are able to get their hands on it and earn themselves the penalty. 9 minutes left to play in here in the second half. And we will have a scrum down here for Sam Houston.
Yeah, that's a massive penalty there for the Bearcats. Again, they're doing some amazing technical work around the breakdown as that one just manages to find touch. It's a lovely kick there, but these Sam Houston players are just timing their entry into the breakdown so brilliantly, giving them good opportunities here. They need to make sure they capitalise on these penalties.
Referee crew from all around the country. NCR dedicated to the referees. Little bump in the pay for our national referees here in the Collegiate Rugby Championships. This one let go there in the back by Alvarez. Did get knocked on, so turnover back to Alabama. As we've seen some good calls already. Getting a yellow card there given by Patrick Fate. Just about up here. So the AR's getting involved. Elliot Rouse here on the near side with the big time call that got Alabama in for the try earlier. 7 minutes left to play here in the first half of the Lone Star Bowl. Again, thank you so much for joining us here live from SaberCat Stadium. Tim Wilkes and Thomas Wheels Grant here along for the ride with you. Up in the booth, this one gonna be secured out the back, but a nice tackle. Diego Cortez, we've said his name 3 times in the last 5 minutes. He makes a second tackle right after that as well. Alabama, though, in possession, and they are attacking. Nice hands here to the near side of the pitch. Beautiful little bend by Ben Harris. Keeps things going. Stab kick with the left boot around the fullback. Alvarez in good position to be able to get this one, though. Ben Harris has his hands on him, makes the tackle 10 meters out. Good, nice little pop pass. Beautifully done there from Trace Blitz. Blitz is going to kick this one back, but it's the Crimson Tide right on the front foot again. Nice little wraparound pass out to the left-hand side. Arsenal gets driven into touch. Take a deep breath there, Thomas. Fun stuff here from the Lone Star Bowl.
Well, that is a frantic passage of players The Bearcats coaches look on there, and we see the crowd in the background getting stuck into this game. So good to see these travelling fans come across to Houston. And number 15, the man you mentioned for Sam Houston, Matthew Alvarez, a part of the Next Level Rugby crew. So good to see some representation of NLR on the pitch today instead of behind the camera.
Alvarez, the senior kinesiology major out of Carrollton, Texas. Part of that Sevens national championship team back in 2022. Now, a little over 5 minutes left to play here in the first half of the Lone Star Bowl. It's Alabama with a big-time opportunity. They earned themselves the penalty as the Bearcats early foot in the scrum, and a little bit of talk after the play. They'll get sent back all the way to the goal line now, and a big-time opportunity with the penalty here for Alabama.
A bit of chit-chat back to the referee, and certainly not taking any of that as they shape up for the tap and go. They've really got to be disciplined here inside this channel.
Inside with the big boys, into contact goes Tansey. Just a couple meters out, nice little cut back in, and the Crimson Tide are in for their second try of the match.
How good from the Crimson Tide. It was all Sam Houston in the opening exchanges of this match. They got out to that 10-0 lead, and Alabama just so resilient, have come back into this match with a flurry. They got the extra meters there after the back chat to the official, and they made full use of it. Just setting up a few phases and going over the line as we see here on the replay. Just keeping it nice and compact, and then over the big number 4 for Alabama, Michael Griesenauer. Brilliant try.
Griesenauer did a great job of just faking that pass to the outside, got that post defender to move, and then was able to dot it down. The seas parted, and he dove in for the try. Opportunity now for Ben Harris with the conversion. Nails it through, and with about 3 minutes left to play in the first half, it's the Crimson Tide pushing forward through Griesenauer. A big-time try takes the Crimson Tide in front. Griesenauer played baseball until college with the big bat. Made the right choice, picking up the rugby ball, and earns Alabama the 7-point lead here with a few minutes left to play in the first half.
Yeah, we talk time and time again about that 10-minute period before halftime being so crucial. So,
Ladies and gentlemen, we have lightning.
there's been lightning, Tim.
Yeah, we had rain possibly in the forecast. You see the sunset over the top of SaberCat Stadium. It looks like we will have a bit of a break in the action. About 2.5 minutes left to play in the first half. A good one so far here, though, Thomas.
Yeah, it certainly has been an entertaining Lone Star Bowl. Let's hope that we don't have to have too much of a delay here so that continuity and the action of the match can continue. Beautiful background.
So we will take a quick break, 20-minute break here in action as we let the Lightning exit the Houston area. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back for the last 3 minutes of the first half and the second half of action here in the Lone Star Bowl, live from SaberCat Stadium on the Rugby Network. Welcome back to Houston, Texas. Pardon the weather delay there. We are just about ready to get the second half back going again. Tim Wilkes here live from SaberCat Stadiums with my partner up here in the booth, Thomas Grant Wheels. We had a good first half. Both these squads were able to flex their muscles a little bit. We see Stokely going in for the try, but too much Alabama there in the first half. They've got the lead.
Yeah, it certainly was an entertaining opening 40 minutes, and we've all had a little bit of a long dinner and dessert break, and we're ready to restart and go again for the second 40. So It's awesome that the weather has cleared enough for these players to be able to finish off the job, and it is a huge second half awaiting us here in Houston. Can't wait for more fireworks and some great tries.
Devin Smith had that one previous, and then Laney right there. That was Paloma able to get that one in and give Alabama the lead. Just about ready to finish off this Lone Star Bowl. 40 minutes in the book, 40 minutes left to go.
Thank you, boys, for being so awesome.
Referee
Jackson!
Patrick Fight gives a big thank you to everybody, and to you as well for joining us here this evening on the Rugby Network. Big delay, almost 3 hours there, but the rain is gone and the rugby is ready to begin. Melito sends it high into the Texas night sky. Brought down by the Bearcats just inside their own 22-meter line. Use of hands, nicely done there by Alabama, hitting it behind the game line, but a nice surging run here for the Bearcats. They're still on their feet, and Bohacek working hard there for Sam Houston. Ooh, bit of a desperate pass from Cortez. Ends up hitting the Crimson Tide right in the chest, and now they look to attack. 30 meters out. But Alabama up by 7 here in the second half of action. Alabama with the late try to give themselves the lead. Now they're looking for space on the far side of the pitch. Nice defense, good job fringing over there by Trace Blitz. And Blitz makes the big tackle right near the touchline. Paloma gets it out of there, but a big meeting there at the center of the pitch. We'll come back though for the offside, or no, high tackle is going to be the call. So a penalty and an attacking option here for Alabama.
Well, it's like they never left. I mean, some absolutely brutal tackles coming in, and we can see one of the Alabama players there is a little bit of discomfort. It's number 1, Andrew Townley. Hopefully everything's okay with him, but both teams have come straight out of the refreshment break, ready to go. We saw it with Sam Houston, Tim, in the opening 5 minutes of the first half that applied all of that dominant pressure. Alabama getting a real roll on here early on in the second.
And if you missed it just before halftime, a couple of big scores, and really, Wheels, we were back and forth, up and down the pitch, both teams threatening, and then the big lightning strike slowed everything to a halt here in Houston, Texas. Looks like Townley, the 6'1" junior, able to keep things moving now. He'll stay on the pitch, and this one finds touch just outside the 22-meter line. Attacking line out now for Alabama. Alabama out of the Southeastern Rugby Conference, sitting currently in 3rd place in their division. This one not straight the call, so a choice here for Sam Houston. See if they take the scrum with the line out. Scrum chosen. So the first of the second half here for the Bearcats.
Not the ideal first up set piece opportunity that Alabama wanted, but the Bearcats will be happy to try and bang this downfield, and it'll be interesting to see how the weather conditions, the enhanced conditions, affect this style of play now from both teams. Obviously, we've had a lot of terrible weather roll through the area in the past few hours, so there'll probably be a bit more moisture on the grass, so the option to put those kicks through becomes even more important.
A lot of hail, a lot of lightning out here in Southeast Texas. But everything has passed for now. Still a strong breeze, gusting about 15-20 miles an hour. Hopefully that will taper off as we go through the match. 3 minutes into the second half now. Big push from the Crimson Tide. Send the Bearcats back, and they're able to retain possession out of the back of the scrum. Nice little pop pass from the deck. And the Crimson Tide look to move down the near side of the pitch. Nice little loop around. Good job leaving it out there. Almost driven it to touch, but they're able to keep things moving. Good job by Sam Houston. We're actually going to come back, it looks like, here for a penalty. No advantage gained. Attacking option for the Crimson Tide.
Oh, what a powerful scrum there from the Alabama pack. Townley, Crosby, and Tansey. That'll give them plenty of confidence. Getting that first up domination over the Bearcats at scrum time. And saw they had a pretty intriguing battle in the first half when it came to packing down these two scrums. So no surprises that Alabama are going to opt to repeat that.
6, stay bound. 6, stay bound.
A lot of size in both these packs, but the early shove signifying that maybe Alabama's got the advantage here in the second half. Again, a almost 3-hour delay, so credit to all these players out there in the pitch right now for their determination to be able to fight through things. You got to figure out your dinner situation, messing up plans, but these guys are ready to rock and roll with the Lone Star Bowl on the line. Against Sam Houston back in 2022. Got the victory over Southern Nazarene. They are your defending Lone Star Bowl champions. And then the inaugural Lone Star Bowl back in 2021, won by UCF. Good job by the Crimson Tide getting this one out the back of the scrum cleanly. Nice little skip pass here to the near side. Into the hands of Sullivan. Sullivan smartly decides to cut back in. 17 meters out now for Alabama. Keep it inside. Risenauer rumbles through the teeth of the defense, and now they'll swing it out to the near side again. Little stab kick in from Melito. Sends it all the way out into touch inside the 5-meter line, so, but it will apply a little bit of pressure with Sam Houston having to have the line out here in their own end.
Yeah, I think that's a really educated decision there from Paulie Melito. We spoke about how there's potentially a wee bit more moisture on top of the grass now, and he just identified that space in behind and still has their team in a real good position here to try and get the defensive stop against the Bearcats.
So with that 15-mile-an-hour wind, Sam Houston decides to go with the short pass, finds that first target. They're able to secure possession 4 meters from their own goal line. See what the exit strategy is here. They'll go weak and find a gap between the defense. Still on their feet are the Bearcats. Nice run through the Crimson Tide. Para, newly on the pitch, gets things moving. And another good one by the vice captain Bohacek. Now a big skip pass up over the top for the Bearcats. They find some space on the far side. There's the final pass out to the wing. Christian the second takes it to deck, high tackle the call. So out there on the wing, we've got a penalty advantage there. Crimson Tide couldn't bring it back. This one, a little bit of a turnover, possibly a knock-on, so we'll come back to the penalty. Opportunity for Sam Houston here. Again, wind in their face. Take that kick and pound it into touch right at midfield. It'll be Alabama line out.
And the Bearcats will be really happy to get out of a bit of trouble there at this opening 7 minutes or so nearly has been all the way of Alabama in terms of field position. So good opportunity for Sam Houston to venture deep inside Alabama's half.
So line out for the Bearcats right at the midfield stripe. Finds its target. Carter Grom gets up high and snags it out of the air. A big tackle and a big bump off. Nice charge. Lawton lowered the boom. But another big rumbling run from Akpara keeps things cooking here for Sam Houston. Ripped out of the back by the Crimson Tide. Turnover ball here for Alabama. Bearcats thought that one was out. Referee plays on. Retain possession. Paloma off to the left-hand side. Good swarming defense, and we're going to bring this one back. Obstruction, no the call. So Alabama getting a little tied up, turning the ball back over to the Bearcats.
Yeah, there's just a bit of confusion there. Ran behind his own man, so stock standard decision there for the referee. Looks like they're going to tap and go quickly.
Through the hands of O'Brien. Another charging run from Preston James. James, the junior kinesiology major out of Baytown, Texas. Most of the players in the Sam Houston squad. Homegrown here from the Lone Star State. And another run here from the try-score earlier. Stokely over the 22-meter line. Into contact as he lowers the boom. 10 meters out now for the Bearcats. Keep it in tight to Grom. Grom, the sophomore criminal justice major, keeps things cooking. Vahacek out of Alvin, Texas, just outside of Houston. But now the turnover ball knocked on by Sam Houston. Substitution, Chad Okpara, the junior, could not hang on to it. And that'll give Alabama an opportunity with the scrum inside their own 22.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Sam Houston. And we have a look at this initial break here from Stokely. Have a look at that line, and it's just the incision into the gap. Got the fend away on the number 9 from Alabama, and just couldn't quite beat that last line of defense, but set the team up for a really good opportunity to strike there. So they'll be kicking themselves about that drop ball, but we saw in the first half Stokely had a number of good runs. Tim certainly looks to be a dynamic player, that's for sure.
Yeah, not really the guy you want to see when you're there at fullback, and a 6'3", 225-pound senior running right at you. Good job making the stop, though, for Alabama. And now 10 minutes gone by in the second half. We'll have another put into the scrum after that one blown up a little bit for safety precautions. Paloma gets it in, but it's taken away by the Bearcats. Nice little push. A fight for it between the scrum halves, and it's ripped away by O'Brien. O'Brien gets it off, and now the Bearcats look to charge. Christian inches away, gets turned over, held up. They've got to retain possession, get that ball back out. Penalty, no. Penalty called here, 5 meters out. There's the quick tap. Stokely charges in, short of the line. They look to reload. O'Brien to the right-hand side. 1-2 hand pass, and they're in for the try. Down it goes. Bearcats right back into it. Duwanoa gets number 2 on the day.
Well, that's just fantastic heads-up play. We spoke about Stokely. He went for the quick tap and just set that tempo up really nice for Sam Houston to exploit the space out on the right edge. And it's that man, Duwanoa, getting his second try as he said of the game. Here's the replay here. Just a fantastic cutout pass there from Devin Smith, the first 5 for the Bearcats. And 17-15, we've got a ball game on our hands.
Jump cutting that one back in, making this kick a little bit easier here for the Bearcats. Smith will look to line this one up. 0 for 2 on the day for conversions. None more critical than this one here. 10 minutes in. Conversion from Smith to tie the match. Hits it high, but just off the post. Thought he was gonna be able to bend that one around, but that 15-mile-an-hour wind got to it a little bit and knocked it off the post. No good. 17-15 your score.
You mentioned that wind has certainly picked up over the past few hours, so how's it going to impact both teams? Let's see the restart here from Alabama, if they can get a nice deep one and put that prick Bearcats.
Polito out of Frankfort, Illinois, slams this one. A little bit of a low kick with the high bounce there, gathered there at the 22-meter line. Diego Cortez with a good run. We saw some big hits from him in the first half, and another big boom. But he dropped it in the process. Drake Torno thought he was going to break through the line there, Wheels, but a good tackle by Alabama.
Yeah, it was a great Klingon tackle there. I think it was the number 9 for Alabama who did a good job. Mason Palama, who just managed to steal the ball. So fantastic.
Here's the call from our referee, Patrick Fate, out of the Allegheny Rugby Referee Society. An early drive there by Sam. Short arm, free kick, and a tap there from Paloma. Ooh, short pass. Look to go down the line, maybe forward. Play on, says a ref. Worked out well for Alabama. Not rolling away is going to be the call there. Smith didn't try hard enough to get out of there.
6, I'd be careful, you're on a yellow.
You can just hear the referee giving a warning there. Be careful, you're already on a yellow card. So
Clock is on.
they're going to take the shot at goal, which I think is a good decision, just to extend that lead out to a try again.
I agree with you.
With
Smart
the win
call
from the
here.
backs.
Right in front of the post. Cash in with the easy money. Remember, folks, we still have one more match in the books for this evening. We appreciate y'all hanging with us through that big weather delay. But here coming up, probably in about 30 to 45 minutes at the conclusion of this match, we will have the D1 final with Notre Dame College taking on St. Bonaventure.
15.
Now though, Ben Harris with the left boot splits the uprights perfectly and gives Alabama now a 20-15 lead.
It's brilliant there from Ben Harris. Had the legs. Sam Houston, after scoring that try, have just let Alabama back in with some poor discipline, so they'll be looking to tidy that up.
Nice high ball from Smith, gets popped around a little bit. Knocked forward by Sam Houston, so knock-on advantage being played here for Alabama. Nice little spin by Crosby.
Advantage over 10.
Sets things up, and that'll do it for the advantage. Big kick up in the sky by Melito. It's bobbled and then scooped up by Melito. Catches his own kick off the deck, and now he looks to charge. Good work there by the fullback for Sam Houston, getting involved and slowing things up, but Alabama still has possession just outside the 22-meter line through the hands of Sullivan. All the way out, but the pass just a little bit in front of Chase. Travis couldn't hang on to it. That was a big opportunity down by the wayside there for Alabama.
That's brilliant skill there by Paulie Melito. Chase after his own kick and get the regather, and it was the right decision to try and exploit that space out to the left, but the pass just too far-fetched.
Sam Houston with the nice throw to the first jumper into the hands of Rauch, and now they look to charge over on the left-hand side. Good run from Christian. Tremel Christian takes it up. The penalty's going to be given here. Offsides of the call. Back 10 go the Crimson Tide, and a quick tap for O'Brien gets things moving for the Bearcats. Solid tackle. Max Blum, the substitute, number 19 for Alabama, coming in and making the hard hit. Sam will slow things down, keep it inside with the pot of 3. Able to secure possession. For 16 minutes gone by here in the second half of the Lone Star Bowl. And Sam Houston with the big 66-24 lead over, or win over Southern Nazarene last year. A much tougher contest here this evening, and a big breakthrough. Here comes Trace Blitz. Met there, shoved out, but he's still on his feet. They're able to keep things moving now. Good job by the Bearcats to recycle possession.
Keep coming, Red.
5 meters out for Sam Houston State University. They'll charge forward with the vice captain, Larry Vahocek. Keep it moving. So close now. Down by 5, Sam Houston State looks to tie this one up with the try all the way to the outside. Nice little cut back in from Torno. Torno is in. Sam Houston with the big answer. Not a back up at 20 apiece.
Oh, wonderful skills by the Bearcats, and I want to give massive credit to the first 5. Devin Smith. We'll see if we can get it back downfield. The initial pass from Smith that created that break for Blitz was just remarkable. And of course they finish off on the far right side through Drake Torno, but a couple of pinpoint passes from Smith set up these opportunities for the Bearcats to come crawling back into this match. Here we go, check out this pass. That is just an absolute peach from Smith. And down the left, Blitz with all the space, and that one again from Smith. Just creating that space on the outside. Still a lot of work for Drake Torno to do, but the little hooker, too much power, too much agility. It is a very entertaining try for the Bearcats.
Torno, the sophomore of Liberty Hill, Texas, up in my neck of the woods, out of 4 Points Rugby Club in the Austin area. Sophomore showing just how good he can be. He is one of the team's leading try scorers from that hooker position. Kick up there by Devin Smith off the mark as that wind pushes it off to the left. But it's Sam Houston right back into it. And they are able to tie things up at 20 apiece here, about midway through the second half of the Lone Star Bowl.
Well, 20 apiece, and we've got to remember that these players obviously had a 3-hour break, so that first half intensity has sort of restarted again. These players have had an opportunity to rest and recover, so there's been some physical shots and plenty of hard running, which is great to see.
Paulie Melito up high again. Nice snag. I think that's Torno again. The little guy gets up there, rips it out of the sky, and gets the Bearcats on the move again. A couple of broken tackles before he's finally wrangled down. But an extra move causes the penalty there, and it's going to be a turnover back to Alabama.
Brilliant turnover there from Alabama, and again, this game's just trading blows at the moment, just momentum swings. Managed to get the kick out for touch there, but it's just score for score at the moment, so plenty of tries left in this game for sure, Tim.
Yeah, for the Bearcats, just got to take things a little bit more under control, a little bit loose on that last one, off their feet in the ruck, got dinged for the penalty.
Give me 10.
Big opportunity for the Crimson Tide now. Hayden Crosby, the junior kinesiology major out of Denver, Colorado, gets it in, finds that first target. And now through Palumba, they're able to keep things moving. Charging run through the center by Cottrill. Has it ripped away though. Nicely done into the hands of Cortez. Good work from the Bearcats with a poach from 10 meters from their own try line. Now they get it into the big fella. Stokely over the 22-meter line. They'll continue to move things out to the left. Nice quick pass to get around the defense, but they're still there ready to make the tackle.
That's fine.
Arsenault in that flanker spot, laying the boom out there for the Crimson Tide. Sam Houston not afraid to play with ball in hand here. Again, 15-mile-an-hour winds right in their face. They end up losing it forward. Advantage being played here. Nice tackle behind the gain line. Diego Cortez. I've called his name a few times, Wheels. Good work from him on that defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, certainly have. He's been all over the park tonight, and Alabama will come back for the no advantage, and good opportunity for them to strike from set piece, but a really good loose forward matchup so far. Cortez up against Arsenault and Lawton.
Get put into the scrum here for Mason Palumba. One with the aerospace engineering major out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Captain in high school, showing he's wise beyond his years here. Gets it out of the back of the scrum. And now here they attack through Barnes. With a strong tackle from Vahacek. Keeps him behind that 22-meter line. Good double tackle from the Bearcats. Alabama just looking for some sort of offensive momentum here in the second half. They did get the 3 points through the penalty, but they have not spent a ton of the time down here in the second half. Opportunity still inside the 22. They'll look to come out here to the left-hand side. All the way through the hands. Nice passes here to the outside. Gets Sullivan. Sullivan again has to cut back. They lost about 8 to 10 meters on that last phase. There's the quick chip up over the top by Melito. Comes up and makes the tackle on the fullback. Alvarez takes it 10 meters out. Ended up losing it forward, so we're going to have a scrum down back to the Crimson Tide.
Again, that's a really good kick there from Paulie Melito. Both the first fives for Sam Houston and Alabama are having some big plays at the moment. Melito just getting that line speed after his kick there and forced the mistake at the back, so This is a golden opportunity, just over 5 metres out, midfield scrum. This is sort of set-piece dreams are made of.
Looked like Alabama was going to set up, split, but they fly guys over to the near side of the pitch. They'll go out to the right anyway. Straight out, says the referee, and we'll have this one over again. Another scrum here for Alabama. Another opportunity for the Crimson Tide, about 12 meters away from taking the lead here in the Lone Star Bowl.
We're both in. We're both in. Let's reset. Seconds in. We're both in. Get through, Chad. Seconds in. Hold our weight. Seconds in. Push it. Thank you. Crouch. Bind.
So we'll do this one last time here for the Crimson Tide. Again, thank you so much for joining us out here on the Rugby Network. Big shove there from Sam Houston. They're going to let them take this one out. Not sure if that was behind the flanker's foot. But the Bearcats chip this one up. It goes into touch. And it will have an opportunity now for the Crimson Tide, still threatening inside the 22.
Yeah, I think the referee decided there that I don't want to have another scrum reset. Let's just let this one play on. And fair enough too. So Sam Houston get to relieve a little bit of pressure there, but still right into the park here for the Crimson Tide.
See the decision here for the Crimson Tide. Arsenault brings it down, and here they come out the back, but obstruction's going to be the call in the center of the pitch. Cottrell kind of got a little bit ahead of the action, dinged for the obstruction. Quick tap from O'Brien. They'll look over the left-hand side. Into the hands of Roach. And another penalty here. Offsides again. Stokely now is going to take the quick tap. Off the Bearcats go over the 10-meter line. Nice rumble through the teeth of the defense there from Vahacek. The vice captain keeps things moving. Maybe one extra roll there. Not releasing the call, and Alabama gets it back again.
Yeah, after two quick penalties there to Sam Houston, Alabama managed to force the isolated turnover, and that's always sometimes what happens when you decide to quick tap in quick succession. No support players, and this one hasn't gone out, Tim, but it's been knocked on.
Unfortunate there for the freshman. Devin Smith made a couple of mistakes out there, but he has been pinpoint with those passes, as you mentioned, but this time has to retreat with that wind blowing the ball back towards their try line. Just could not hang on to it. Look the tap here.
Twice. Orange scrum. Wait, you can't do the tap anymore?
Improper touch there. And it'll be a scrum down.
Not a penalty, throw off your foot.
It's got to leave your foot.
So Sam Houston. Wheels, it seemed like they've spent about the last 10 minutes inside their own 22. That wind in their face, they've got to come up with an exit strategy.
They certainly do, and I think the best one is to run it.
They're able to pull it out the back. O'Brien to Smith. Smith with the skip pass finds the outside center. Christian right through the defense. Off to the full back blitz. Over the left-hand side. Excuse me, that was Alvarez to blitz. And now they'll take it in right up near midfield. You called it, straight through the teeth of the defense was their best exit strategy. And now the Bearcats look to keep charging through Cortez. Another pick and go. Keeps things moving through Grom. At the 22-meter line, just like that. They're able to take it 60 meters down the pitch, and they're looking to punch this one home. Look to go weak. Little sneaky pass off to the left. Able to keep things moving. Big tackle coming in, though, by Chase Travis. Offsides the call, though. Quick tap, and now Sam Houston, 5 meters out. One little offload, gets it in. Jackson Rauch in for the try.
Aha, the Bearcats, that is a coast-to-coast special. One end of the field to the other. Jackson Rauch there out of Austin, Texas, comes up with the 5 points, but it's just good heads-up play there. The quick tap, simple drawn passes. Those Alabama defenders were just retreating and couldn't get back in time to stop a simple pass and go over. So brilliant there from the Bearcats. Well-deserved try.
There from the U18 Austin AGs a couple years ago. Austin also playing with the Austin Huns. We take a second look. There's that final pass, just perfectly done. A little bit low, but Rauch right there to dot it home for the Bearcats.
All came from that breakaway inside their own 5 meters. No better way to exit on the long range special. It's great to see here under lights in Houston.
Having some big gusts after the storm pushed off. About 10 to 15 miles an hour, blowing right into Smith's face. He strikes this one cleanly though and nails it through. A 27-20 lead now for Sam Houston State. We'll take a second look, Wheels.
Yeah, here's the quick tap. Again, as I said, just good heads-up play. Simple drawn pass. A little bit low, but accurate enough to collect there. And, well, we're entering the final 10 or so minutes of this game. We're set up for a grandstand finish for sure. We mentioned it's been a game of trading blows, momentum swings. Alabama need to be the next team to score.
Give the fullback Alvarez a big recognition there with that final pass. Huge assist there for Sam Houston. This one knocked on, and we will have a scrum down here for Alabama.
That's just what they needed off the restart there. Hanging in the wind, difficult to collect. Pinpoint accuracy on the 10-meter mark. I'd love to see Henry Shepherd just take it off the back of the scrum here, just to draw on that first defender for Sam Houston. Try and create that space down the left. They've got some speedsters in the form of Ben Harris.
We haven't really called his name here in the second half. Early foot comes up for Sam Houston. Penalty awarded to Alabama. Through the hands they go, down to the near side. Nice little dummy to suck in some defenders. Pops this one up over the top to keep things rolling. Ferrero into contact for Alabama. 9 minutes left to play. Crimson Tide down by 7 here in the Lone Star Bowl. Sam Houston looking to defend their Lone Star Bowl title. Had the big win against Southern Nazarene last year. Looking to make things happen again. Alabama continues to charge forward. Big tackles, and looks like they're able to get their hands on it and earn themselves the penalty. Huge take. 2 tries on the day for Dagdoona, and he gets a big-time steal there for the Bearcats.
6, too many. 6, you're off, offside. You're off. About 10.
Alabama will now have to play a man down for the rest of this match, already down by 7. A big call there from Patrick Fate. Too many offsides calls right there on Lawton, so Lawton will be off for the rest of the match. The Bearcats will quick tap and charge. All the way through Akpara, still going. Now they'll try here the near side of the pitch through Stokely. Stokely with that big stiff arm gets that mid out there, and now through the try scorer, Rauch. Gets it off, still moving. Duoga is going to be in. Hat trick. Time for Dagdoona, the junior finance major out of Dallas-Fort Worth. Gets his 3rd of the match and extends the lead for Sam Houston.
Oh, Dagdoona, what a finisher this man is. Here's the celebration. Incredible. That is an important score for the Bearcats. As he said, a hat-trick of tries for that man today. Just have a look at the play down here on the right side. Dewona still had to do the big left foot step and the bump off to get past the white chalk. But that is a great try for Sam Houston, and that extends a really important buffer on this Lone Star Bowl.
The strength there. We saw the speed earlier. Nobody could catch him, but then the strength there to fend off 2 defenders and take it all the way home for Sam Houston. Take a bow, the hat trick there. Good work for Sam Houston, and they're looking to add on to this lead. About 7 minutes left to play in this match, and remember, a big time penalty against Alabama. They'll play with 14 for the rest of this one. This one sneaks through, so the conversion is good. 34-20, just in the nick of time here for Sam Houston as they take a big lead.
Yeah, just in the nick of time indeed. And I want to give massive plaudits to Chad Okpara, the number 17 for Sam Houston. He actually did all of the work in the lead up to that try. A carry that took about 8 players with him, just to tire out that Alabama defense. And
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Warner 3 times on the score sheet today for the Bearcats.
And if I'm not mistaken, to start things off, it was Duona there who was able to get his mitts on the poach and start that group of phases off for the Bearcats. This one did not go 10, so we'll set up a scrum here at midfield. It's been a great season for both these squads. The boys from Tuscaloosa playing out of the Southeastern Collegiate Rugby Conference. Champs back in 2016. This year, they were met with quite a few tough opponents, especially the defending national champions here on the D1 side, Kentucky. Now a quick tap here. Early drive in Alabama, still with an opportunity. They've got to score quickly now with less than 5 to play and a man down. Knock-on's not what you want. Turnover back to Sam Houston.
It's unfortunate there with time winding down, under 5 minutes to play now. 4-20, 2 converted try deficit. If any time Alabama needed a big scrum, this is the one.
So for Sam Houston, again led by Roman Serrano, he has really amped things up this year. They've got a second side for Sam Houston they've been rolling through with. Only 1 loss for the second side, but only 1 loss really on the season for this first 15. Their only loss came against Rice University, 29-26 earlier in the year. Rice really on the up and up here from Houston, but it's Sam Houston looking to make another exclamation point here at the end of this match. All the way to the outside they go into blitz. Blitz, beautiful little spin move, keeps things moving for the Bearcats. And the Bearcats, 2 more matches on the season as this one off the hands. A couple of huge matches, probably their biggest ones of the season. They've got Texas State and Texas A&M. They'll take on A&M on the 3rd of February, and then right back with Texas State after that. But a huge breakthrough just like that. It's Alabama back on the board. We said they needed to score quickly, and they're able to do so. Alex Wada all the way 60 meters out and dots it down for the Crimson Tide.
What a turn of space there, speed from Alex Wada. This game still well and truly alive. They're probably going to want to hurry up the conversion, of course, but plenty of time to get another try. As you see the quick tap here, did a great job just to draw in the man. And Wada, speed to burn.
So now we sit with a few minutes left to play. A little bit of a shove there from Sam Houston. Not too happy about it, but a few minutes left to play. Big kick here. They need 2 converted tries, so this one's got to go in to keep this close to a 1-score match. Dots it through. Nice little kick there. And we are 7 points apart now. Crimson Tide down a man with 2 minutes left to play. How much do they have left in the tank?
Well, this is it. Final game of the season. All of those late night training runs all come down to this. You just empty the tank, as you say. Tim, what's left in it? And find that extra effort and finish off the season on a high.
Bearcats were down by 7. After a 3-hour break, they were able to get the engines rolling again. Now they stand 7 points up and a minute and a half away from their second consecutive Lone Star Bowl victory. Out the back, Palumma gets it off, and they'll work through Arsenault. Strong defense from the Bearcats is what's needed, but there's a gap. Chase Travis able to get through, but gets driven out into touch. Exactly what you want for the Bearcats.
Yeah, good scrambling defense there by the Bearcats, but it's come off a Sam Houston player, so Alabama still with possession of the ball here.
1 minute left on the clock. Just through the hands of the Bearcats, and Alabama are able to retain possession. Aaron pass slows things down a little bit. Now Shepard will keep it moving into the hands of Wada. The try scorer gets driven to deck. We hear our referee say we are at full time, so one final possession here. Alabama still with an opportunity, down by 7. They'll have the penalty here. Ben Harris out of Leeds, England, will give this one a boot. Lefty slams it into touch and sets up an attacking line out for the Crimson Tide. Final play of the match here in the Lone Star Bowl. They'll keep it in tight. Up goes Cottrill, but he's not able to retain possession. The Bearcats have it. It's out into touch, and that will do it. 14 straight points for Sam Houston State University, and they are your 2023 Lone Star Bowl champions. We will step aside. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Rugby Network for Next Level Rugby Productions. Thomas Grant here up in the booth with me. I'm Tim Wilkes. We'll step aside. We've got a national champion to crown here next.